Powered by the Law Office of Theodore London.
He's making noises from the jungle. Make you humble. Oh, when it gets down to the singer, some folks can wrap you around the finger. It'll be let the music fly, make me laugh and cry, take me where I never go. It's a summer night and the mood is right, going down to see Jerome.
It is time for the legal line with our good friend, Mr. Attorney Ted London. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mr. T, how are you today?
I am fine, and please know, as promised, Miss Attorney Kim is in the building.
I was just checking out that song. That song was deep.
Yes, it was.
Well, I know you two are both too young to even know who that is, so I don't even expect you to know who that is.
I know who Brenda Russell is, and I know,
Oh,
and
wow,
I'm
okay.
a big fan of Al Jarreau.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Well, Mr. T, but you got it.
My
Attorney
favorite-
Kim, did you know who that was?
I had no idea, but
Had no idea.
I did like the vibe that the song was giving off.
Yeah, well, I did. I must have forgotten, Mr. T, but you are a music aficionado, so I should have known that you would have known who that is.
Well, I have a wonderful quote already prepared for you.
Let's hear it.
According to Brenda Russell's own Facebook page, she talked about her inspiration for this song, and she talked about the moment she actually had him come to her house to hear it. She said,
Oh, is that something?
Yes, she said, I put the headphones on him and watched his head bobbing, watched him bobbing his head until he heard his name in the chorus. A big old tear rolled down his face. He had no idea the song was about him until that moment. I'll never forget that.
Now, hey, T, but you and Kim are listening to that song with headphones on?
Yes.
Yes,
Boy, doesn't that sound good?
It does.
it was. I mean, I'm thinking of the lakefront in the
Right.
evening with
Yeah.
the breeze. That
No,
was
hey,
nice.
Kim, picture this. Going to Ravinia to hear Al Jarreau.
Could you imagine?
Couldn't even
And
imagine.
so that's where that kind of song kind of takes me, going on a warm summer night to hear Jarreau. Man, that'd be a good evening.
And your favorite Al Jarreau song, Attorney London?
You know what? I have so many of them. Really, pick one, and it's my favorite. I'm just an Al Jarreau fan all the way around. But Take Five is one of them, obviously.
Yes,
So
the live
probably
version,
I'll have to go
right?
with Take Five. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. But any of them, I'm going to be happy.
I like After All. Is that the one?
Yes.
After all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. TV? What's one of your favorites?
You took it. I love his cover of Dave Brubeck's Take Five, his live
Yeah.
version. That was a young Al Jarreau. That was back in,
Yeah.
77, I want to say. And, that was amazing.
So Al Jarreau, he's just one of my favorites. And then again, I really, really appreciate a Brenda Russell as well. So,
indeed.
one of the other favorite songs I like by Brenda Russell is that Way Back When song. And you know what? You can almost think that song was about Al Jarreau as well, because she was saying she knew this person before they were a star and all these things, and she knew that they were going to make it. So that could have almost been about Al Jarreau as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, welcome, guys.
Well, we want to thank you, and we know you have some business to take care of.
Thank you for allowing me to do some
Yes.
work, Attorney Kim. Well, got to say hello to my wonderful wife, Kelly, who is listening. Actually, Kelly's in our office today, so she's listening with Danielle and Tanya. So I think they're having lunch, and they probably should be listening to this segment altogether. So Kelly, Tanya, Danielle, hey, ladies, how you ladies doing? I hope you're enjoying your lunch, having lunch. And, you know what? I wanted to take an opportunity to say hello to Mr. Eugene Dalinado. Mr. Dalinado was on the legal line for the past 2 Thursdays, and he was on to, encourage black people to start, own, and operate black businesses. And he was also on to encourage black folks to do business with black people. You know what? Hey, Attorney Kim and Mr. Atiba, can I tell you a secret? Every segment that I have, there are 3 segments that I have. One is a segment that I want to do in my head. There's another segment that I actually do, and then there's a segment that I wish I would have done after the show is over.
Wow. Okay.
So every show is 3 shows. There's a show I want to do, there's a show that actually happens, and then there's a show that I wish I would have done. And so right now I'm thinking, which one of the shows do I want to do? Do I want to do the ones that I thought I was going to do? Am I going to do the one that's in front of me, or do I want to do the one that I really want to do?
You got to do the one that you really want to do, because I just want to see what that looks like.
Got it. Well, you know what? Thanks for allowing me to do the one I want to do, Kim. And that means I'm going to go back to what we've been talking about over the last number of weeks.
Okay.
I want to go back to encouraging black folks to do business with black folks and to start black businesses. We just don't have enough. And you know what? Listening to the WVON listeners, because I'm an avid WVON listener as well. For the record, people love Attorney Kim and Atiba. They love Maddie Matt. They love Perry. They love all of you. So they come in and they tell me, I listen to WVON all the time. No, we love WVON. So do I. And I listen to the listeners every day as much as I can. And these are mindful, conscious people. And it's almost like preaching to the crowd. But I have to say, I'm a little disappointed because I don't understand why black folks don't start more businesses and why we don't make it more of an effort to support black businesses. Now, for me, people really do make an effort to come to the law offices of Ted London. Mm-hmm. They really, really do make an effort because, again, we have clients that come from the west side, from as far west as Naperville, from as far south as Crete, from as far north as Waukegan. We have clients come, had a lady in this week. She lived in Indiana, Dyer, Indiana. So people really do make an effort to come to our office, and we're so grateful for that. But I want to tell the listeners, if they start businesses as well, and if they provide good services, people will come to wherever your office is. And so black folks will travel to your business just like black folks will travel to eat. We'll go to a good restaurant, and we'll go to a good black business that provides great service to our communities, but we have to have more black businesses. Another thing I want to be able to say quickly before you guys chime in, Attorney Kim and Atiba, again, we have to do, black folks that is, we have to do a better job of sharing information about good black businesses that we know, because we want to make sure these black businesses stay in business. Yes. Because if we lose black businesses, we are going to be in trouble, and we are already in some trouble here. You have to keep in mind, Chicago used to be the mecca of black businesses. We had 3 of the largest black businesses almost in the world: Johnson Publishing, Johnson Products, Softsheen. None of those are here anymore. But you know what? You know what is still here? Black people and black dollars. Yeah. So there's still a lot of money to be made here in Chicago, Chicagoland, Cook County, the state. We do need more black people to get into business, and we do need to make sure that we are supporting black business owners. That's the show that I really want to talk about today.
You know, hearing you say that, what came to mind, Attorney London, was this. You talked about the need for us to be better at sharing information about black business and obviously referring black business. And I would wholeheartedly agree with you. And I even got a little frustrated in myself, or disappointed, to borrow your word, because in 2022, with the advent of social media, there's really no excuse for that, right? The way that we can easily leverage Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all these to honor our business partners and elevate and escalate each other, we definitely should be maximizing those tools, because we didn't have that 30, 40, 50 years ago.
And you know what? And black businesses were doing terrific 30 and 40 years ago. Exactly. I'm not going to get on the whole integration thing and how that really was a kind of an insidious thing in the African American community, how it really sucked so many dollars out of our communities. But again, we could be doing a great job now. Again, one of the things that I do, and I'm going to ask and challenge some of you listeners to do the same thing, I keep a list of black businesses by me all the time. I keep a list of a black accountant, of a black dentist, of a black doctor, a black insurance agent, black real estate broker, black lawyer, black financial planner, black shops, black architect if I need it, black construction companies if I need it. I have a list of those. So if someone calls my office at Attorney London, which we get these calls all the time, do you have an accountant that you can refer to? Yes, I have one. Do you have a dentist or a physician you can refer? I do. Do you have an insurance agent? Yes, I do. You got a financial planner? Yes. All black folks aren't broke. But one of the things that we do suffer from is all the time we don't get the best information. Sometimes we don't go searching for the best information. Sometimes we listen to people who are giving us misinformation, not intentionally. They just don't know and a little bit ignorant about the topic, but they are generous with the information. So we really do have to make sure that we have good black service providers in some of the professional areas, and that we're sharing the information with black folks. And again, I can't stress it enough. Black people need to get into business. Now, I'm going to ask Attorney Kim and Mr. Teaver. I'm going to ask the question, and I'm going to answer my own question. So the question is, well, where do we get the money, Attorney London, to start these businesses? Yeah, you know what? I'd like to start a business. Don't really have any money. Not going to get money from the banks. True, you're probably not. So where do I get this money to rent an office, buy a building, get started, buy inventory, hire someone? Where do I get the money? Here is where you get the money. You have to go to your mother and your father and your grandparents and some of your family members. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, some of them have the money. And to some of you who have the money and some resources who may be listening, please keep your eye out on businesses that you can help sponsor with family members, children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, because keep in mind, businesses like Johnson Publishing, the story goes that his mom refinanced her home to start the business, and then look what he became. So there is money in the black community. We do have a lot of equity in our homes. Be careful about using the equity, though. Make sure the idea is a valid one and a secure one. But we do have to help fund some of these businesses because, again, there's a lot of money out here. There's a lot of money in our communities. Black folks will support black businesses, but we need more black businesses.
We definitely do. And we have to make it so that it's not such a revolutionary idea. Because I don't think it is. You know, in anyone else's community, it's just, I don't know. This idea that we many people tend to go outside of the community for the very things, Attorney London, that you say you keep right next to your bedstand. You know, these are all of the businesses that I know that I can go to that are going to give me quality work. Whereas I don't know how we got to that point, you know, this idea of having to always go outside of the community.
Well, you know what? Well, here's how I just talked about it a minute ago. You know, integration came. We thought that, you know, there was something on the other side of the tracks that was more compelling to us, and we took the money from our own service providers, black folks who had these businesses in our community for decades. And we took it downtown because we thought, you know, it was the water was a little colder down there. We found out it's not. Mm-hmm. And black folks, you know, I think we got kind of tricked into working for corporations. We got educations. We went to work for some corporations, and we got away from owning businesses. And what happened is that created a vacuum, and other people have come in to fill the gaps, and they are making a ton of money from black people in the black community, and they're taking that money all outside the community. Again, you can't even hardly get a piece of fried chicken without it being owned by another nationality. Now, in Chicago, on the South Side, West Side, you can't get fried chicken or some fried fish without someone else serving it to us. Come on now, that's sad. That's sad. And those people in those businesses are making a ton of money. Listen, the food's not even that good in the first place. Mm-hmm. It's not that good. There's some black people that can fry some fish better with better seasoning, better sauces, better everything, better potato salad. That food's garbage anyway. But we still go and eat it, but we won't even use grandma's or granddad's recipe and open up our own little place and serve our people with a quality product and quality service. And if we did that, black folks would support us, and people would be making a lot of money as well.
Irrefutable facts. Thank you so much for saying that, and I equally share your frustration. But you do have the lines lit up. We've got Princess on line 1.
Princess, welcome to
Hi, greetings to you all, and happy Father's Day to all you men.
Thank you.
I wanted to say about marketing for us, the African-American people, be it that I'm from a southern town, and I have always shopped with African-American people. I have all my receipts all the way back from 1974. What I want to say is this. First of all, you need to show more hospitality when we come into your store. That's a very important part. When we come through that door, giving us respect. Another thing I wanted to say, if you are an African American person out there with a business, it's your responsibility to promote your business. If we do not know that you're out there, then how can we come to spend money with you? You have to let yourself be known through advertisement and word of mouth. You know, they have the Black Page book that's out now. A lot of people don't know about that. I saw it in shopping at a Black restaurant where I go eat good soul food, been doing it for years. Those magazines were there. I took a lot of them and spread them out, and I took them to Black business. The person I know has a nail business, African-American sister, I gave her one. Mm-hmm. I got in my car and I said, you need this. Okay, it's a barbershop. You need to read this. We don't know because of the lack of communication. We need a more way of communicating with our business people so that we will know that you're out here. But you have to learn to promote your business also. You also need to be putting on percentages to offer your products during the holiday. Okay, let's say, for instance, we got Juneteenth coming up and you have Father's Day coming up. What is wrong with the business people to give a 20% discount off of something for the men?
Thank you so much, Princess. We're going to try to get to a couple more of these, and then Attorney London. I hope that because she's lighting it up, Attorney London.
Yes, let's hear it. Okay. Let's hear it.
Smoking Joe, you're on VON.
Hi. I've been in business for 30 years, in various business, from real estate to mortgages and construction. I'm in construction now. And I work in mostly 80% of my business in the Black community. And my competitors are mostly, whites and Mexicans, particularly, Hispanic people. And what I've learned is that we don't love each other and love ourselves enough. I think the issue is about love. There was a time when we really loved each other and we loved ourselves. And so because of that love, we put ourselves first. And so when you thought about doing anything, we thought about doing it with ourselves. And so that's why we didn't have a spirit where we would hurt one another. We were more neighborly. We knew our neighbors. We were always trying to, we operated collectively, even though we were individuals. Mm-hmm. I think today it's a whole new spirit. We're a bunch of individuals, and we're trying to succeed individually. And so it's not about whether I should take the extra time and effort to find a Black attorney or a Black accountant or a Black contract. It's about who's giving me the cheapest price, who's giving me the perceived best service, what brand has been put on that particular service. And so we will cross rivers and go and do business with everybody else. We have a lot of negative stereotypes about, if you want a great outcome, you need to get a Jew lawyer. If you want great work, cheap work, fast, get a Mexican.
Well, we want to thank you. Just hold on, because you're going to hear a response. One more caller. Jerry, you're on VON.
All right, yeah, thank you. I love the attorney. Just want to correct him. I had the chance to meet John Johnson. I'm just reading from his book. I already know, page 117, Succeeding Against the Odds. It was a $500 loan his mother let him use on her furniture.
Please forgive me. Please forgive me if I'm incorrect. Please forgive me.
No, that's okay.
Thank you for that, Mr. Jerry.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you. Attorney London, you got some comments on there. We would love to hear your response.
Well, let's talk about Princess. Princess is correct. Black folks and Black business owners, they do need to market. And so, because again, what I do know is if Black folks know that you exist, then they will come to you. You know what, Smoking Joe is right as well. You do have to give not just Black people great service and a quality product and information, but Black folks, we need that as well. So if you provide Black folks with a quality service, good information, good product, they're going to cross rivers, come and see you. I can testify to that. So grateful for it. And Mr. Jerry, you sound like a very smart, well-read man. I wish you could probably come and join our show a little bit more often. If you can find that quote in that book so fast, you're probably the kind of person that we need to be talking to more often on WVON. But the bottom line is still this. Black folks need to start businesses. We do need to market our businesses. We do need to give quality service, and we need to support Black businesses. The bottom line is still this again. Business is about money. There's a lot of money in our community that people are making that Black folks can make if we just got into business and did the same things that Princess, Smoking Joe talked about. We can have successful business as well. There's a lot of money out here, folks. Get in the game. Borrow some money. A lot of you don't even have to borrow the money against the furniture anymore, Mr. Jerry. Some of you folks have $50,000, $10,000, hundreds of $1,000s that you can make contributions to get your families into business. Please consider it.
Attorney, we want to thank you so much for giving us a very powerful legal line today. It is something that I'm glad that you are staying on because it'll pay out in dividends. Go right ahead.
Yeah, well, that's the show that I wanted to talk about. So there was one I thought about. There's one I had planned on doing, but really in the back of my head and in my heart, this is what I wanted to talk about today. And respectfully, don't be surprised if that's what I want to talk about next week as well, because someone has to be encouraging, giving us information about the benefits of starting and owning, operating, and supporting black businesses. We just cannot stop. Someone has to do it. And if it's me, then so be it.
Absolutely. We want to thank you for taking the time to lovingly prick our consciousness and bring us into a higher level of thinking. So thank you, Attorney London.
Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next Thursday.
When you need your estate plan done, call Attorney London.
773-721-3333.